Both teams getting ready to go on the field. 75 Brian Struthers, 84 Tyler Germain. And of course, if you follow the Generals on Facebook, Tyler's mother, Jen Germain, takes like hundreds of photos at each game. Really does some great pictures. 87 is Jacob Lyon, 88 is Max Cobb, 93 Tyler Gogan, and both teams going to the center of the field to get the opening coin toss. We'll run down the Panthers. 7 is Kyler Brown, 8 is Matthew Susier, 21 Jared Simkowitz, 31 Camden Kolzik, 34 Jacob Ramos, 47 Justin Keogh, 57 Alex Paramini, 56 Zachary Johnson, 58 Wyatt Newcomb, 64 Antonio Loring, Jeremy Keogh, number 65, 73 Travis Flagg, 76 Nicholas Strachan, number 77 Nicholas Siciliano, 78 Jonathan Ritchie, 80 is Zachary Valliere. And one more for good measure. Looks as though North County has won the toss. They are figuring out whether they'll receive or defer to the second half. And if that's the case, Brattleboro will be kicking off from the north goal. North County will be receiving from the south goal. I believe those are the directions that we're looking at. As we get set for some football, Zeb LaShore ready to kick it off for the Generals. They'll kick it off from the 40. And we will keep an eye on the return men, who are both twin return men at the 25. We'll try to get numbers for you as soon as we possibly can. Generals set to kick off, and history being made as Pop Warner ball is being played with Brattleboro at a Super Bowl. Ball bounces back to about the 20-yard line, and Tyler Brown, the ball carrier, gets to the outside on the left. Brown is to the 50, to the 47, where he is brought down by a host of Generals, including Matt Gaborio. So the Panthers will get the ball, make that the Brattleboro 46. It'll be 1st and 10. Just underway, under the lights. Big experience for them, big experience for us. Brattleboro Pop Warner in white, the North County Panthers wearing black uniforms. Looked as though Brown was able to get around the end and come down the sideline to get a pretty good kickoff return. Susier is the quarterback, and he gives it off
to,
I believe that's number 34, Jacob Ramos, and he will get to the 42-yard line, a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 6. Just underway, and Brattleboro again will set up on defense. Both teams will play 4 10-minute quarters. Susier will have his backs in the eye, and a wide receiver to the far right.
Off tackle right.
And off tackle to the right. And that was Ramos, who doesn't get anywhere. In fact, back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. Brattleboro, while looking at films last night, noticing a couple of things. The Panthers do a lot of end around, and on defense, actually on offense, the Panthers will bring that wide receiver in and knock the defensive end off the play, so be ready to see that. 3rd down and 6. Backs again in the eye, single wide to the right side.
Drop back.
Drop back, it's Brown at quarterback, and he's going to wildcat it, but he gets tackled with about a 1 or 2 yard loss. Let's see who made that tackle, if I can. Gaborio, Matty, a speedy player. His older brother, Jake, on the Brattleboro Union High School team, getting a lot of carries at running back. No doubt a few years from now, Matty's going to follow in his footsteps. This is fun. 4th down and 7. So this looks like a punting situation. Martinez and LaSure will drop back deep. Let's see if they actually do drop back in punt formation. Looks like they'll try to run it on 4th down, so they'll close ranks. I formation, single wide to the right. And Brown tosses long and just in and out of the hands. Gaborio on defense.
Intended.
Looks like it was Keogh, Jeremy Keogh, number 65, the intended receiver. And thank you, Kim, for acting as spotter.
No problem, my pleasure.
So Brattleboro will take over on downs at its own 43, 1st and 10. Like we've said, Tanner Bell will be the quarterback. Tanner actually has a pretty good short-range arm. For some of the deep throws, they bring in Danny Petrie. Danny will either be 75 or 25, depending on the circumstance for this team. And they'll come out. Let's see what they do. They've played some wishbone this year. They've also had a number of formations. Okay, they start in the shotgun with a single back next to Bell. And the give is to LaSure. He goes around right. Zeb will get first down yardage to about the 44-yard line of North County. They'll spot it at the 45, but it's still a first down. A 12-yard carry by LaSure on first down. Nice run. The way Zeb does it, he has some good getty up and go speed to get around. One of a stable of backs for this Brattleboro club that has that speed and that ability. It'll be 1st and 10 of the North County 45. And there's your wishbone with Bell under center. The give to Gaborio. He goes around left, gets maybe one. It'll be 2nd and 9. Matt looking to be tight until he got around the end, and looks like the pursuit was able to close in a hurry. So a 1-yard gain from Matt Gaborio. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Brattleboro Generals. Good crowd from Brattleboro came down. In fact, a lot of cars parked at Brattleboro Union High School early, and it was a caravan as about 2 o'clock. I found my secret way from Vernon over Northfield Mountain to Irving, in case you're wondering, and Route 2 to exit 23. 2nd down carry, and it's an end around. There's Gaborio again around left-hand side. He's going to go to the races. Down to the 15. They get down to the 15-yard line. First down, Brattleboro. Matt Gaborio tackled like that. Wow. We knew that Gaborio had some get up and go ball, but we have some fun making sure that happens. Matt Gaborio down to the 13 for Brattleboro. In fact, while Brattleboro handily took care of North County in week 2 of the Pop Warner season, North County has beaten some very quality opponents, so they are not to be taken lightly. 1st and 10, Brattleboro will set up on the right hash mark. Gaborio in motion.
And look
at that!
Touchdown, Brattleboro!
Check that number on that bus. And Tony Martinez, the Grand Boy, scores from 13 yards out.
13-yard run.
Brattleboro up 6-0. Well, I guess I'll be buying copies of this video.
6-0 lead.
Give it out to all the friends and family.
So remaining in the first.
Yeah, I tell Sue we have our Christmas gift already put together, the game film. So 6-0. And they'll set up in the I formation with Bell under center. And the give goes around left side. Does he make it to the corner? And that is LaSure with the extra point. It's 7-0 Brattleboro.
7-0.
So a 57-yard drive on 1, 2, 3, 4 plays for the Generals. And in fact, we ought to probably write this down. Just turn the page there. And at the 6:04 mark of the first quarter, Martinez from 13, and point after good. So making that 7-0. We're doing a lot of this on the fly, just in case you're wondering. What's that? No problem. And of course, Joe Bushy will put this on Facebook for us, because I think Tony's mom and his aunt are both somewhere here in the crowd. as LeSure gets set to kick it off for a second time in this ball game. 6-0. Generals make that 7-0. Generals on top.
Kickoff.
And this one, a straight kickoff.
Back to the 25.
Caught in the air on the 24.
Tuck it back right.
The kick
Left
returner
hit hard at the 40-yard line.
Get a name on that bus. Looks like it was Gordon and Ramus was in return. So they will spot it at the 42-yard line of North County. It'll be 1st and 10. 5:54 left in the first quarter. And is this a timeout for North County, I believe? Their first timeout. Each team will get 3.5. That means I can take a sip
Timeout on the field
of my hot chocolate.
by North County.
In fact, I think I'm wearing
Just
most
a reminder,
of it right now.
We still have plenty of food in chat. Burgers,
But I wear it
salads,
proudly.
chicken, fries,
Game this
mozzarella
afternoon on
sticks, Gatorade,
WTSA,
soda,
brought to you by
water,
GPI
pizza.
Construction, A.L. Tyler and
Come on
Son,
down.
GS Precision,
Bathrooms are
Sasimo
located
Industries,
to my left.
Stacy Automotive,
Face
the
the knee or
Richards
right,
Group, the
inside the
Auto
school
Mall,
on
the
the
Elks,
left.
WW
Make sure
Building,
there's
Perkins
no
Home Center,
smoking on
Putney Road
school
Redemption,
grounds anywhere.
and your
Thank
local
you.
U-Haul dealer, and by Twombly Wealth Management. All right, so North County tries to figure out their offense, which was stymied. Now, if you're watching this on BCTV at a later date, watch the game films. Check and see, because I saw it several times in the game film I saw last night, that if they split an end out, the end will come in and try to cut down the defensive end for Brattleboro, leaving him unaware. That was one thing that they were looking to make sure didn't happen. They have a wide receiver split out to the left, North County does, and my goodness. So is that what I thought? Brattleboro, I did not realize Brattleboro got that back, but apparently we got the fumble, and LeSure was able to get close to half a yard on first down. Okay, so now I know why North County called the timeout. Time to regroup. Let's see if it pays off for them. 2nd down and 9 for the Generals. Okay. In the backfield, 2 backs in the eye. And they hand it to LeSure. He gets around on the right side of the line of scrimmage and not much more.
Big tackle by North County.
So a big tackle by North County gives a 3rd and 9 to the Generals. In fact, they probably will spot it close to the original line of scrimmage at about the 42.5-yard line. So it's probably going to be closer to 3rd and 11. Timeout for the Brattleboro Generals. So first timeout for Brattleboro. Interesting, had a nice chat with Coach Mike Susasimo last night. Yeah, the name should sound familiar. His grandfather, the legendary Tony Susasimo, Butch, his father. And so Mike was telling me that he had played Pop Warner in Keene when he was growing up and played football at Keene High School, and had a fun conversation with him. Really nice man. He went to Quinnipiac College starting off as a journalism major, transferred to advertising and marketing, went to school in Colorado, worked for a gigantic advertising firm and was laid off out there a couple of years ago. And then when Tony Susasimo died, I believe he was like 93 when that happened, Tony, the founder of the Susasimo Industries, Mike's father, Butch, brought him back to help run the company, and thank you for doing that. I've seen a lot of youth coaches with differing styles, and I've got to say that Mike is both the combination of knowledgeable and just the nicest guy. He seldom says a bad thing about anybody and tries to keep an even keel and keep his boys with an even keel as well. So 3rd down and 11 for the Generals. Single back in the backfield. That's Treston Jordan, but they will hand it off to Jordan, and he is going to go backwards. So it'll be a punting situation at 4th and long for Brattleboro. Jordan probably losing just about a half a yard. They will spot it at the 43 of North County. And a 4th down formation. Jordan comes out of the ball game. We'll see who does the punting for Brattleboro. If they punt at all, looks like they're going for it. Well, with the way this team has scored, why not? And a double reverse. Scaporio nailed at the 45-yard line, losing 2. And the Panthers will take over at their own 45. 7-0, 3:49 left, first quarter. Generals on top 7-0.
Good defensive stand by North County.
Nice defensive stand by North County. Really what they needed to do after losing a kickoff return. Recovering nicely, getting ready to go. Let's check the set. And a full house backfield for North County. Susier, the quarterback. He will hand it off to number 34, Ramos. Ramos up to the 50, maybe the Brattleboro 49, they'll call it. 6-yard gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and 4. Now, please, if you're looking on BCTV when this game is played back, take a look at this turf field. They use it for everything. And a couple of years ago, I had the conversation with Chris Sawyer, the Brattleboro athletic director, and I know times are tight, but if somebody had a $750,000 burning a hole in their pocket, I know where they could put it. Give it to me, obviously. Ramos gets around the corner. He has one person to beat. And what do you know? Martinez with the tackle at the 32. I'm sorry. I got to call it as I see it.
Number 34.
Notice the Brattleboro Reformer, I believe that was Tuesday, that article. Coach described Martinez as an aggressive tackling machine. And taking the young man to Hampton Beach for a week each summer, since he was barely able to get out of diapers, I would have to agree. But one of the gentlest people that you'll ever meet as well. 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Brattleboro 32. And Ramos gets about 3 to the 29. First down carry around the left end. Pretty good spattering of people from Brattleboro. Good-sized crowd on the North County side of the field. So a 2nd down and 7 for North County with 2:17 and counting left in the first quarter. Susier will have a full house backfield. Wishbone formation. And he hands off to Brown. Brown goes around the right side, and Bell in his sights. Bell knocks him out at the 13-yard line, but that's a first down for North County. Tanner Bell with a good tackling position on him. Nice job on that, Tanner. But still, it's a first down. As we had said, North County, a very dangerous team running side to side. And our Pop Warner group is back. Robbie Vergobi and his mom, Emily. Robbie, high five between plays here. Up over. He was playing on the Mighty Might team this year. Good job on that. First down carry for North County. It's Ramos. And he is dropped with about a half a yard gain, maybe to the 12-yard line. Who's that on the count? And Zeb LaSure on the tackle. This Generals team able to tackle at will and do a nice job as well. So a 2nd, and we'll call it 8, a long 8 for the North County Panthers. Minute 11 left in the first quarter. Wishbone formation behind Susier, the quarterback. And he gives it off to Ramos again. And Ramos gets nowhere, tries to go up the middle, and is leveled by a host of Brattleboro tacklers, including Treston Jordan, who laid the initial lick on him. So 3rd down and 8. Susier gets the play from his coach, runs back to the huddle. Plenty of flash bulbs blasting on this cold night in central Massachusetts. beaming it back to you to Brattleboro on WTSA. Handoff is to Brown. He'll try to go around, and he is level. Who had the tackle on that?
Well contained by Brattleboro.
Looks like that was, oh gosh.
Looks
like it might have been Jordan.
About 7 or 8.
I think so. That is spotted at the 11-yard line, and it's a 4th and 8 for North County. A good defensive stand here on this series. And they're going to end the quarter. So at the end of the quarter, our score is Brattleboro leading 7-0. Let's take a 30-second timeout back at the station, and we'll come back. It is Generals football on AM 1450 ESPN Radio, The Ticket. Second quarter, Brattleboro with a first quarter touchdown at a point after, able to come up with the opening score. It'll be 4th down and 7 for the North County Panthers. Now North County is going south, which I get a kick out of this. Northern Massachusetts is going south and Southern Vermont's going north. So we go north-south here on the 4th down, and looks like we will have a wishbone backfield for North County. Susier sets up at quarterback. The deep back is Ramos. And a quarterback keeper, Susier, stopped well short, probably about the 8-yard line, and Brattleboro will take over on downs. Again, 10-minute quarters, just underway second quarter, and the Brattleboro Generals will take over. Bell comes to the sidelines to get his play from Coach Mike Sersasimo. We'll run it back. It was funny, watching some of these kids in other sports. Many of them were on the Brattleboro Little League All-Star team this summer. And many of them as well were playing senior pro basketball last year. In fact, probably my best memory of the senior pro season was the game when Tony's team played Tanner's team. They both wore number 10, and they were both whacking each other up and down the court and laughing just to beat the band. First down carry for the Generals. Gets it to the
picks up about 7 or 8.
16-yard line. Gaborio with about a 7-yard pickup on first down. So 2nd and 3 for Brattleboro. Maddie again a nice carry. We'll check the formation for Brattleboro as we have a receiver out to the right. And backs in your eye formation. Up the middle. Get the number on that bus. That's a first down. I believe that is LaShore. Double check. No, that is Petrie. Danny Petrie, who wears 75, a switch to 25. You'll notice that. He carries a couple of jerseys with him and finds a way to change at a phone booth. And hello tonight to his parents at home. Charlie and Helen, make that grandparents at home. Charlie and Helen Robb did see his mom Betsy here somewhere, so we know that she's in the audience. First down and 10 for Brattleboro. Gaborio on the carry, and he's going to get to the 24-yard line, maybe about a 1-yard gain on first down, 2nd and 9. If you think the numbers are small when you're sitting right next to them, try to do this at the length or distance that we're doing it. There's one more game in a series of 4 that they're playing here at Oakmont High School, and we're the 3rd of 4 today. Wishbone backfield for Brattleboro on 2nd and 9. Pass by Bell is incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 9 as it looks as though Price was the intended receiver. So we will see what Brattleboro has in its arsenal on 3rd down. Bell goes back to the huddle. North County makes its own substitution. 8:13 left in the half. Check the formation. Looks like you've got a receiver going wide to the right and Backs are in the eye. Motion from right to left by Gaborio. Pitch back to LaShore. LaShore goes around on the right side of this, kicked out of bounds at the 27.
Yards short.
So it'll be, I'd say, roughly 5 yards short. 4th and 5 at about the 27-yard line. Let's see what they do here. Brattleboro capable of running around the end with the best of them. I have seen them punt, although it's a seldom used part of their arsenal. We'll see. LaShore is the deep back along with Preston Jordan, the up back. Wide receiver to the right side. And the give us to LaShore. He is going to be stopped short.
Brought down to the
That is not a good situation.
Position.
Way back to the 16-yard line, and North County will take over on downs deep in Brattleboro territory. Time for the defense to come up big for the Generals. Call it, if this were a military formation, it'd be general quarters. Yeah, I'll let that go too. 1st and 10 for North County at the Brattleboro 16-yard line. 7:55 left in the half. And North County portrays the wishbone backfield as well.
Hear everything you say.
Give is to Ramos, the tailback, and he is dropped by Petrie. Just about a, gosh, maybe 1 yard gain to the 15. 2nd and 9, North County. And the referees reset the clock, get that going again. Among the things you learn to watch are the spot of where the outside referees will stand, and that usually indicates the spot of the ball.
2nd and 9 for North County.
9 for North County, back of the wishbone. Give us to Ramos, the tailback.
Quarterback keeper
No,
on
it's a
the left
quarterback
side.
keeper. Nice fake.
Number 8.
And 8.
Ball down.
Gets a 1st and goal. He's inside the 5-yard line. That looks like about the 4 where they're going to spot it.
Looks like it's Brattleboro ball.
Wait a minute, Brattleboro ball.
Brattleboro recovered.
You got to hold on to that
4-yard
ball, no
line.
matter where you play or who you play. Brattleboro with some great defense. Like to know who came up with that one. Wow. So the Generals get it back. Incredible. Brattleboro playing some good aggressive football, and it's paying off for them so far. Already recovering a kickoff return that was fumbled. Now recovering a run deep in Brattleboro territory for their 2nd turnover of the contest. And Brattleboro will deploy a single wide each side and I formation for their running backs. They go straight ahead. Looks like a keeper by Bell. They go out to about the 7-yard line, a 4-yard gain on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 6. Right up the middle. Since there's been so much deception around the ends, why not take it up the middle? Where you least expect them to go. That's right. The further away from the goal line Brattleboro gets, the better off it'll be, and the better my nerves will be. Incredible. Generals, 2nd and 6. They're in the eye, single wide to the right. And Martinez on the carry. Tony gets to the 9, maybe about the 10-yard line. It'll make it 2nd and make that 3rd and 3. So Tony gets a couple of tough yards up the gut. My goodness. Plenty of aggressive play for the Generals, and really just mano el mano, or boy el boy. After all, we are talking 11 and 12-year-olds. 3rd down and 3. And a carry up the gut. Gaborio will get to the 14. I think he's got enough for the 1st down. We'll check the spot. We may have our first measurement of the game. Oh, Martinez on the carry, and they will bring the chains in. So that sound you hear will be the sound of men working on the chain gang, as Mr. Sam Cook would have said. Chain link fence, or Aretha Franklin would call it chain of fools. But the chain gang will check the spot. Gut feeling is Brattleboro will they have it? Let's see. Looks like it's very, very close. Looks like about a link or two short. They're still settling the chains. We're screened in our field of vision. Let's see what they've got. See what they've got. Yeah, we're about a half a link short of a prison chain gang. So they're going to call it fourth, are they? They are calling it fourth down and about a half a yard. So what do you do in that situation? My gut feeling is to put it in Bell's hands, go right up the middle. Get a decent push on it and see what you can do. Here's the down. And it is up. Looks like Brattleboro fumbled the ball. And it's recovered by North County. Oh my! Brattleboro gets a takeaway against them. So the Panthers will take over on a fourth down fumble at the 12-yard line. First and 10 Panthers. 4:52 left in the half.
Takes over first and 10. The 12-yard line.
Panthers in the wishbone. The give to the tailback, Ramos. And he tries to go around right side. Martinez has him at the 18, at the 8-yard line. So Ramos gets 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. And I'm trying not to show any favoritism whatsoever, but I'm smiling, man, every time I see him touch the ball or tackle somebody. Cannot help it. We raised girls, and Tony's the only boy in the entire field of grandkids. So I'm going to have to smile every time I see him play. And of course, his cousin Jocelyn, who may be listening at home in Brattleboro, just a couple of weeks younger than him. Jocelyn just got done playing middle school soccer as the goalie for bands. And a keeper put down by Petrie.
We'll go back to the
Susier will lose some yardage on that. Back to about the 10. 2-yard loss. That should be 3rd and 8. And a player down for North County. Always hate to see that happen. I mean, it's a cold night. Depending on whether you have the wind knocked out of you or whatever else, you might want to stay down for a little bit and catch your breath. They're attending to the player now. Again, 3:44 left in the half. The injured player up on his feet. Looks like he had the wind knocked out of him. And that would be Susier, the quarterback, who got the lick put on him. Everybody gives him a nice hand as he gets off the field. So we'll see what they do with the quarterback position with Susier out of the ball game, because he'll have to sit out at least one play if he's taken out with an injury timeout. And I believe they'll use Kyler Brown, in that position. Brown looks like he has been able to take a few snaps as well. Again, 3rd down and 8, 10-yard line. Panthers deep in general territory. Backs I formation. And the give is
ball's down again.
Let's see if they take the play. It looks like Martinez may have recovered the fumble.
Signal, Brattleboro ball.
Defensive offside, so they're going to wave that off. Brattleboro will be penalized. Ouch. So that will be, I believe, a 5-yard penalty, and they'll do third down over. So instead of a 3rd and 8, it'll be a 3rd and 2. They'll walk off 5 yards, the official will. And that, sir, is 5 up to the 5-yard line. Ooh. 3rd and 2 at the Brattleboro 5. I would call this a dire situation. Generals on defense. And Brown still under center. I formation for the backs. Ends are tight. Brown will run around to the left side, and he's leveled.
About the 5-yard line.
By who? By LaSure. At about the 5-yard line, getting almost nothing on the play. It'll be 4th and 2. Ooh, boy.
Going to be a 3rd and 3 for
Brown
North
able
County.
to cover some ground in a hurry.
Check that, 4th and 3 for North County.
Okay, 4th, and looks like about 2, maybe 3. So another timeout for North County. That'll be their second timeout of the half. 2:45 left in the half, and our score, Brattleboro 7 and North County nothing. Game on WTSA brought to you by GPI Construction, A.L. Tyler & Sons, GS Precision, Sasasimo Industries, Stacy Automotive, the Richards Group. In addition, the Auto Mall, the Elks of Brattleboro, WW Building Supply, Perkins Home Center, and Putney Road Redemption, and your local U-Haul dealer, plus Twombly Wealth Management. So, a key 4th down play coming up here for Brattleboro as they try and stop the North County Panthers with a short 3 or a long 2 deep in Brattleboro territory at the 5-yard line. They can make a first down without scoring, but that would be a tough situation. Now remember, every player on both teams has to have a minimum number of plays. What is it, 10? I think it is 10 plays. Kim is nodding her agreement with me. But too wrapped up in the game to be able to be emotive, right? The give is to Ramos, and he is stopped at the 5. Wow, Brattleboro with a great defensive stop. Who got the tackle there? Looked like Preston Jordan was in on the tackle.
Looks like the Brattleboro defense holds. It'll be their ball at the 5-yard line.
As well. So Brattleboro will take over on downs at their own 5. Tight ball game, 7-0, 2:35 left in the half. Brattleboro leading 7-0. Brattleboro will huddle back in their own end zone. Devin White-Robbins in the ball game and a host of new players. Just checking numbers. Struthers comes in. Checking some of the numbers. Jordan comes out. Lyon comes out, as well as Gaborio and I believe Price coming out of the ball game as well. Jordan also out. Got to make sure we get our 10 snaps in for every player at least. Incredibly well-balanced team this Brattleboro team has been en route to an outstanding season mark. Some of the teams they played where they've lost have been in the A division. Looks like movement or offsides. I believe you might have had a Brattleboro false start, but we'll see. It's against North County, a little bit too aggressive on the giddy up and go. So Brattleboro now will have a 1st and 5 at their own 10. You know, you got to be aggressive, but you've also got to play smart. And at any level, sometimes aggressive outweighs smart. And that's the name of that tune. 1st and 5, Generals, now at their own 10. They come out of the huddle. And we'll see a single wide to the right. Backs are in the eye. Wing to the right side. Tight end left. And LaSure on the carry. He will get to the 15-16 before he's dropped down, but a first down by Zeb. So Brattleboro will pick up a first down, move the chains at the 16-yard line, 1st and 10. They'll spin the clock with 2:23 left in the half. Bell back to the huddle after getting its instructions from Coach Mike Sersosimo. It's actually pretty nice up here. You can see a lot even though we're in the dark. The light's giving us at least some light here in the broadcast booth. And a flag on the play. But a short run up the middle by Petrie. We'll check the play. Believe it may have been on North County, but we'll double check. Again, offsides North County, because they're trying to make something, anything happen. When you do that, sometimes you get burned. That's what happens when you play with fire. Even though in the cold, it's a heck of a temptation. What is this, about 30 degrees with the wind blowing right now? If we're lucky. So the ball will sit on the 21-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 5 for Brattleboro. They will split the backs in the backfield. Bell will hand it off, and Martinez will get to the 20, maybe will lose a yard, making it 2nd and 6. 2nd and 7. All right. You play a play often enough, sometimes they'll see it coming. That's why there's 2 teams on the field. So Bell will get his play, go back to the huddle at 2nd and 7 with a minute left in the half. Brattleboro breaks the huddle. They come out, they'll send a single wide to the right side. Wide receiver left. Single back in the backfield. Wing back to the right. And the give is no surprise to anybody, as losing yardage, I believe that could be Petrie. I believe. Martinez again. 27 seconds left. 3rd down and now 10. And Brattleboro may not need to run another play. But at the very least, the half should be able to end without North County getting the ball back. 11 seconds on the clock. They will run a play back with an I formation, wide receiver right. Pitches to Martinez, and he'll get about 3 yards as the half comes to an end. Our score after one half of football is Brattleboro 7, North County nothing. Dave Slick back to the station. Let's, if we can, take a timeout, and then we'll come back and reset what our situation is here. At halftime, it is General's Pop Warner football on AM 1450, ESPN Radio, The Ticket. So LeSure will get set to kick off. Actually, wait a minute. LeSure will be receiving along with Martinez. As we said, Brattleboro will receive in the second half. We'll check the numbers out and see who's going to be kicking off for North County. Looks as though it is number 80, Zach Valliere. He's setting the ball up on the tee on the 40. Trying to read numbers from far away. Sometimes it's easier than others. Martinez and LeSure set up at their own 25. And that ball is in and out of the hands and into LeSure's hands at the 30. He'll kick it back up to about the 38 before he is tackled. And so Brattleboro will take over on downs at the 38. Yeah, if you'd like to do that, that would be great. Just kind of hold hold the light so we can see both rosters. Thank you. And by the way, how old are you, Robbie?
9.
All right. So you can now say that you have radio in your background. All right. Thank you and congratulations. Your parents are very proud of you, and I know both of them are. All right, 1st and 10, Brattleboro on their own 39. I formation, single wide to the right side. Gaborio goes around left, and he fumbles. Oh no! North County will pick it up.
Got a return.
And they're returning it
He's got
down to
blockers.
the
Tuck it back.
25, down to the 23.
Down inside the 25-yard line.
Gaborio went around left, and he got hit. Ball popped out of his hands, as with cold weather, the ball will do that. And the Generals now back on defense, and the battle of the turnovers continues. I usually like mine warm out of the toaster first thing in the morning, not in the early evening carrying a football. 1st and 10, North County at the Brattleboro 23 after the second general turnover of the ball game. Again, just underway in the third quarter. Brattleboro with a first quarter TD, and that's been the scoring. Panthers will set up in the wishbone. Give is to their tailback, 34, Ramos, and he gets down to the 21-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8. You did a great job, Robbie. Thank you. All right, 2nd and 8 for the Generals, as Jordan Wright comes out of the ball game. He's replaced. Extended huddle for the Panthers. And yes, we have some extremely loud Brattleboro parents in the crowd. Heard a "Let's Go Brattleboro" that I bet they could have heard all the way back home, even if I wasn't broadcasting. And a pass, ooh, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Pierre Marini, the intended receiver, 52. The pass from Brown, Kyler Brown with the pass. It'll be 3rd and 8 for North County. Panthers trying for a big strike to try to equalize things. This is a tight ball game and really comes down to who makes the fewest mistakes from here on out. 3rd down and 8. They'll set up with a single wide to the right side. Backs in the eye behind Brown. Brown will go deep. And it's a reception inside the 5. 47, Justin Keogh, the receiver, from the right wideout position, gets a large strike, and it's 1st and goal, North County at the Brattleboro 3. Oh my, about a 17-yard gain on that 3rd down play. Good job, though. A nice tackle to save the touchdown at the end of that play. Wishbone formation on 1st and goal, North County. And
tackled at the 2.
So we'll be redoing. I need that light. And we are back.
County, 2nd and goal.
Thank you, as we get back to live action with a brief power outage there.
We'll be
2nd and goal after the short run by Ramos. Back to Brown. He pitches, and he is going to go in for the score. Flag on the field, however. Hold everything up. An eye on things. And I believe we are back. Yes, we are. Just another quick power outage. We apologize for that. While we were away, Brattleboro, a touchdown was called back because of a block in the back. So it is now 3rd and goal from the 20-yard line, and a fumble and recovery by North County back at the Brattleboro 20. So if that's how things go and we're away, we will take that anytime. Timeout North County. 5:12 left, 3rd quarter. And this is the closest that the Panthers have been to getting on the board. And at this point, they're unfortunately shooting themselves in the foot. Brattleboro taking advantage of some North County miscues. Game today brought to you by GPI Construction, A.L. Tyler & Sons, GS Precision, Sursasimo Industries, Stacy Automotive, the Richards Group, the Auto Mall, Brattleboro Elks, WW Building Supply, Perkins Home Center, Putney Road Redemption, and your local U-Haul dealer, and Twombly Wealth Management. So the first timeout for either side in the second half, and both teams trying to settle their boys down. 5:12 left in the 3rd quarter as Brattleboro has hung on nearly all ball game to a narrow 7-0 lead. Brattleboro with a defensive stand, 3rd and goal for North County on their Brattleboro 20. And they'll come back out with an I formation at a single wide to the right side. Watch that receiver. Brown, the passing quarterback, double reverse, and the ball down.
Back at the 35.
There we go. And we are back. A punt by North County, which turns into a Brattleboro recovery at the 22-yard line. They will take it over on offense. 1st and 10 Brattleboro with 5:11 left in the 3rd quarter. As they say, lights, camera, action. We're having plenty of our lights, camera, and action this quarter. We apologize for the signal issues. Apparently, there is a few power surges going on here that disrupt our equipment.
1st and 10.
Bell will go under center. Martinez will be in the backfield. Timeout Brattleboro. So this is Brattleboro's first time out of the half. The wind has pretty much been a constant wind swirling out of the north and out of the west. And this has caused everybody to kind of bundle up throughout the balance of the game here. Hot coffee, hot chocolate, the rule of the day. As both teams huddle up on the sideline. Again, coming up, we have some college football tonight coming up beginning at 7:30 here on AM 1450 ESPN Radio The Ticket. That will be USC at Oregon. That should be a good contest. The Oregon Ducks really looking good in the Pac-10. USC still a perennial power. Brattleboro will come back out after the timeout. 1st and 10 at their own 22. Just one back behind Bell, the quarterback. And around right end, Martinez will get to the 33, and he'll pick up a first down.
It could be close to a first down.
I think he's got it, depending on where the spot is.
Oh
yeah, to the 33. That's plenty. First down, Brattleboro. As the crowd picks up, the Brattleboro crowd, that is. They're right in the metal bleachers right in front of us. All right, 1st and 10. Shotgun formation, 2 backs protecting Bell, single wide each side. Shotgun snap, they'll give it off to Martinez, goes around right side. Tony up the gut, goes around to the 50, 40, 40. Down to the 25, out of bounds at the 23. Martinez, 1st and 10, Brattleboro.
Number 10.
Somebody getting warm-ups in the broadcast
North
booth.
County territory.
So they'll mark it at the 24. Nicely designed play and some misdirection. Looks like a bit of a reverse that Brattleboro was able to take advantage of and completely fooled the North County defense. That was, gosh, roughly a, I don't know, maybe about a 40-yard pickup. Statisticians are hard to come by. That goes up the gut by Bell, down to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard carry. Looks like that actually was Martinez again. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see him selling tickets for the next game after this one. Such a nice time for all of these players. Because remember, it takes an entire team. It takes blockers. It takes coaching. It takes people supporting all the players and their parents. Now those linemen make some great holes there. Handoff to the shore, inside the 15 to the 13. First down, Brattleboro, down to the 13-yard line. Thunder and lightning in the backfield. We might have come up with another nickname. They'll spot it at the 13 of North County. Brattleboro will huddle up. Bell gets his signals from Coach Mike Susasimo. And they'll go under center. Curtis will center the ball. Wishbone backfield for Brattleboro. Bell with the handoff to the up back. I believe that's Petrie. He gets maybe a yard before he stopped.
Picks up a couple.
We will see what that was. That was Martinez. My goodness. I'm going to be picked on at home saying you don't even recognize your own kin. Oh well. I think I need better glasses. Spy glasses, that is. 12-yard line, 2nd and 9. Petrie, one of the backs in the backfield. The shore gets it. He fumbles it. Oh my goodness! And North County will pick up. And a good drive goes for naught as North County takes over the 3rd Brattleboro turnover of the ball game.
Big fumble recovery by North County.
To the 14-yard line. They'll take over 1st and 10 with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Oh my. The Panthers have come to play, and they have done some great defense. I believe you're hearing a Panther possible timeout, but no, they're not going to do that yet. The coach is enthusiastic, to say the least, on the Panthers sideline. They come out of the huddle. And they're in a tight formation with a wishbone backfield. They give it to the tailback, Ramos. Ramos up to the 11, maybe they'll call it the 11. Give him a 2-yard gain on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 8. Brattleboro will swap some defenders around. Looks like Wright is out and Gilbo comes in. Some great defensive line work for Brattleboro this entire game. Got to admire the line play, because if you don't seal off the outside, those outside runs are never going to happen. Panthers break the huddle. 2nd and 8. Wishbone backfield behind Soucier. The give is to Brown, the tailback in the Wishbone. He goes to the 13.
Picks up
about 2. They're going to call it the 13, so that'll be 3rd down and 6. They'll spot it at the left hash mark. 49 seconds, 3rd quarter left. And they'll start the clock again. Panthers will break the huddle. Looks like they're letting some clock roll and have time for one last play for the quarter. Wishbone backfield behind Soucier. And they'll give it to the tailback, which will be Ramos. And he looks like he has enough for a 1st down to the 25. There you are, 1st and 10. Panthers on the 25-yard line. They'll move the chains. And they'll wind the clock. This will be the end of the quarter. And we will take a break when the quarter ends. 2 seconds, and that's your 3rd quarter. Our score, Brattleboro 7, North County nothing. We'll take a 30-second timeout and come back. It's the Generals on AM 1450, ESPN Radio Ticket. The North County Panthers just had a 1st down before the end of the quarter. They spotted the ball at the 25-yard line. 10 minutes of football left. Can Brattleboro hang on to a narrow 7-point lead? That, my friend, is the question. Here we go, the call for defense. Maybe they're stamping out fleas, I'm not sure which. 1st and 10. Ramos with the ball. He goes around right side to the 27, 28-yard line. The Brattleboro pursuit catches up with him. It'll be 2nd and 7. And it's amazing. If this were a hot summer day, this Milky Way would be just that, milk right now. But it has solidified. Making sure that we keep the sugar content up as the game goes on. Certain tricks you learn to be able to keep going under any circumstances. 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. Wishbone backfield, they toss it to the tailback, and look at that! Oh, man! Brattleboro gets a good push, and that's Preston Jordan on the tackle, dropping the ball carrier in his tracks just a half second after the pitch was made to him. And they'll lose yardage on that, back to the original line of scrimmage, back to the 21. In fact, they lose a ton of yardage because, gosh, that's about a 4 or 5 yard loss on that play. 3rd down, 14. The original line of scrimmage was the 25. Oh, goodness. I see Danny Petrie's dad, among others, screaming the words defense. 3rd down, and the pitch goes to Brown. Brown will go around to the right side and get back to maybe the 24, 25-yard line, but still, that's back close to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down and 10. Generals with a great defensive stand right here. 8 minutes of football left. Just several general defensive efforts have picked them up after turnovers, and you just want to smile and say, great defense on a cold night. We got a timeout for North County. Our score, 7-0 Brattleboro. Game tonight brought to you by GPI Construction, A.L. Tyler & Sons, GS Precision, Susasimo Lumber, Stacy Automotive, the Richards Group, the Auto Mall, the Brattleboro Elks, WW Building Supply, Perkins Home Center, and Putney Road Redemption, and your local U-Haul dealer, plus Twombly Wealth Management. One more Super Bowl contest after this one. This is the third of 4 being played at Oakmont High School in Ashburnham, Mass. And the Generals will come back out, get ready to go on defense on 4th down. North County will try to make something positive out of a 4th and 10. Or are they punting? Looks like a punt formation, mayhaps. They do have a punter deep back on his own 15, so they'll send Gaborio deep to receive. Or is it just a deep back formation? Fake punt, and a pass incomplete. How about that? Pass intended for Brown, out of his hands, and Brattleboro will take over on downs deep in North County territory at the 25-yard line. 7:39 of the ball game left. Brattleboro with a narrow 7-0 lead. Generals will come back out. Bell will get his offensive play from Coach Mike Srisasimo. All the defensive players who came out of the ball game getting congratulatory high fives from assistant coach John Line. Backs side by side, 5 yards deep. And right up the gut. How about that? Bring it on. Touchdown from 25, Danny Petrie. Write that down at the 7:31 mark, fourth quarter. Danny Petrie from 25 yards out. Charlie Helen, your grandson, just scored a TD. Wake up the cows back on the Robb family farm. How about that? Brattleboro leads 13-0. Let's go for that point after. Or they actually have tried to kick a couple of times, depending on the circumstance. It could be too cold, as Gaborio has been the kicker in those circumstances. We'll see how they set it up. Petrie and LaShore will be in the eye. Petrie the up back. Pitch to LaShore. He'll run around the right side and get in for the point after. 13-0 General.
7:31 remaining.
Brattleboro 7 minutes and 31 seconds away from a Super Bowl championship. The Central Mass Division II Pop Warner League. This is the North Division as opposed to the South Division. It's amazing. You log on the internet, look for Pop Warner and Massachusetts. I can't believe it. 50 teams play Pop Warner, both the Boston area and in Central Mass. Amazing. And in Central Mass alone, probably some 30 teams. Incredible. So Brattleboro up by 2 scores. That may make the parents and grandparents rest a little easier right now, as LaShore gets set to tee it up to kick it off. North County still has plenty of time to even things up, so don't get restful yet. Here's LaShore with his kick. 7:34. That's Brown and Ramus back deep. And that's a scribber that'll go back to the 15-yard line. And Ramus down on his knees. They'll down the ball there at the North County 10, 11. We'll call it the 11-yard line. You put your knee down, you touch the ball, they're going to call you down, no matter what league you're in. That'll be 1st and 10, North County. They'll mark it on the, looking for the offense, the left hash mark. And the call of defense again comes out. By the way, some of these general parents will be ready for pest control if you need to have roaches stand out of your house after tonight's game. Looks like they're going to be pretty effective at it, too. I formation on 1st and 10 for North County. The give is to Ramus, and he'll take it to the 15-yard line. Maybe a 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 5. Ramus doing the bulk of the mano el mano work at running back as the tailback in a wishbone formation. And the quarterback, Susier, gets his instructions. They'll break the huddle. Nice tight formation again with the wishbone in the backfield. Two backs and then a tailback.
North County. And
give it off
to
Ramos. And Preston Jordan, I believe, able to get him with about a 1, maybe 2 yard loss. Preston just knifed right in and did a nice job on that tackle. It is 3rd and 7 from the North County 13. Quarterback gets his instructions from the sidelines. You see a lot of that. They run to the sideline, get the play from the head coach or the offensive coordinator. Then they'll break the huddle. Now each Brattleboro player has a card on their forearm with about 45 offensive plays. And a pass play that will fall no good. Pass intended for Brown again. It'll be 4th down.
For North County.
They want to go downtown to Brown, but not this time round. Who used to be on MTV? Downtown Julie Brown? I think so, yeah. That's back when they played actual music videos instead of reality shows. 4th down and 7 for the North County Panthers. Clock running at 5:59 left in your ball game. Panthers will break the huddle in the wishbone. I take that back. They will go to an I formation with a single wide to the right. And look for the pass by Brown. Out of the hands and intercepted. Oh my! Is that? Is it? It's Martinez. Interception. Pick 6, baby. Touchdown, General.
Nothing lead.
Oh my! Make it 20-0 Brattleboro on top. Yeah, the ball skipped out of the receiver's hands. Martinez and Gaborio were side by side. It went into Martinez's hands, and he just took it to the house. There you are. That's how you play it, Tony. Yes, I am crying. Thank you. My entire family rooting section down there is giving me a hard time. In fact, there's a car rooting out there too. Somebody has his car alarm on. It's not me. Preston Jordan will take it in for the extra point. 21-0 General. A statement score. By the way, if you have Massachusetts plate number whatever it is, your car alarm's on, and no, it's not being stolen. It's just being obnoxious. So General score on the defensive touchdown, the interception returned by Martinez, and the extra point by Jordan makes it 21-0. Wow, we have 2 car alarms going. Must be the sound of those General fans making those car alarms go off. 5:49 left in your ball game, and LaShore is going to wear out his foot by the end of this game. Ramos and Brown deep for North County. LaShore kicks off. It's a squibber down the center of the field, caught by Ramos at the 32. He gets around the corner and is dropped at the 43 by Bell and a host of other tacklers. 1st and 10, North County at their own 43-yard line. They'll set the chains and start the clock. It's funny, you know, each team carries their own ball. So now this is the North County ball. Then the Brattleboro ball will come in. I guess that's where the expression "take your ball and go home" comes from. 44-yard line is where they're spotted on the left hash mark,
First and 10
near
for
side
North
mark
County,
position.
their own 44-yard line.
And a wishbone offense again for North County. To the tailback, Brown. He'll go around the
right side, number 7.
far side on the right and get to the 46. And out of bounds. They will mark it after a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. I kind of like it up here. I mean, you have a better field of vision when you aren't looking around posts and things, trying to figure out where the ball is going to be coming from. You know, back at Natowich Field, we're inside where it's a little more protected. And if we were way up top, that might be a little dangerous. So the Panthers will come out 2nd and 8. Single wide to the left side. Backs are in the eye. And the give to the tailback, Ramos. He gets the corner to the 40.
He's running.
And he goes out of bounds
the 31-yard line.
at the 31 after Martinez knocks him out. Oh, yes. Thank you. 4:37 left in your game as they reset the chains. Time for the Generals to make a defensive stand. Brown will quarterback this club.
That next game will be Junior Pee Wee Winchendon against Junior Pee Wee of Springfield.
And actually, there's another game here. Junior Pee Wee Winchendon against Junior Pee Wee Springfield. I don't think we'll be sticking around for that. And Brattleboro will be called offsides. Let's see if they're drawn off. Saw that. Looked like the Brattleboro end came across the line. The Zebras will confer and then return to our scheduled program on Animal Planet. False start. North County will walk off 5. When you're drawn off, you either do it on your own or there's a reason for it. And you know what? That head referee would probably be pretty funny doing the Macarena at a wedding reception.
15.
Oh, the chick. Oh, that would be funny. In fact, the chicken dance is a staple. I think my own personal collection, I've got Myron Florin's version of that. Myron, the old band leader from the Lawrence Welk Show. So it's 1st and 15 North County at the 37 of Brattleboro. Ramos with the ball. He tries to go inside, and he's stopped at the 29. So it'll be a
quick announcement. If we could get rosters from Springfield and Winchendon for the next game, that'd be great. Once again, if we could get
2nd and 8
from
now
Springfield and Winchendon for
the
game,
Panthers.
that would be appreciated. Thank you.
4:13 left in your ball game. Huddle up is what they say, and they bring in the running quarterback, Soucier. Brown more of a thrower, Soucier more of a option back. But they have a single wide to the left, 2 backs in the eye. And they give it off to 34 Ramos. They drop him at the 28-yard line after a pickup of 1. 3rd down at about 7. Maybe even 6. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, call it 3rd and 6. They'll huddle it up again for North County. Clock running at 3:25 left in the ball game.
For North County.
They slowly break the huddle. They'll send the wide out to the right and keep their backs in the I formation. Brown, the tailback. And they give it to the up back, Ramos. He gets maybe to the 22. Good pickup. He'll make it about a yard short of a first down marker. 4th down and 1. See what they do here. They'll keep that clock running. You know, I was thinking that was the Macarena, but that's more like the conga. And it'd be a nice conga night to have a conga line going somewhere around the field. 2:35 left in your ball game. I formation, single wide right. And we'll get a quarterback keeper at a first down at the 20. Tackled by LaShore. The Panthers want to put something on Brattleboro just to go away saying they weren't empty-handed. Remember, what was it? A 34, or was it more? I have it in my notes here. See, because I meticulously planned, bring all my notes. The earlier game, yes, here it is. Week 2 of the season, 32-0. Brattleboro won that one. Our score now 21-0. Ball at the Brattleboro 19, 1st and 10, North County. There's a pass, and that one was short, knocked away by Martinez. Incomplete, second down.
65.
Intended for 65, Keogh. Brattleboro had twin defenders in front of the receiver. Gaborio on one side, Martinez on the other. Martinez leaped up and knocked the ball away. Good defense on that one. Second and 10.
2 minutes left.
I formation, single wide to the right.
Brattleboro leading 21-0.
Brown gives it off to the up back. And he gets the push inside the 15 to the 13. That's Ramos.
35 for North County.
That was Kulzak, actually, instead of Ramos. Gets inside to the 13-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4. Here's that defense call again. I formation, single wide out to the right. And the give to the up back, Ramos. They stop him close to the first down marker. I think they'll give him the first. Just inside to the 8, make that the maybe 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Yeah, that is the 7.5-yard line with 1:15 left in the ball game. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, if you're a Brattleboro General, is to stop that ball. I formation wide to the right, and up the middle. Kolzik goes nowhere. Dropped by at least 3 general tacklers. Lyon getting a big pat on the back after his part of the tackle, and North County will take another timeout. 53 seconds left in the ball game. Just incredible. You've kept up on all the scores here, and fantastic. Thank you. You're pretty good at that, Kim. 5-second rule applies. I'm going to eat that. All right. Fantastic. Our game brought to you by GPI Construction, A.L. Tyler & Sons, GS Precision, Sir Sasamo Industries, Stacy Automotive, the Richards Group, the Auto Mall, the Elks, WW Building Supply, Perkins Home Center, Putney Road Redemption, and your local U-Haul dealer, and by Twombly Wealth Management. It'll be 2nd and goal for North County. 53 seconds left. Ball at the 7.5-yard line. North County has been this deep a couple of times before, but Brattleboro has stifled them each time. Back to pass is Brown. He goes to the end zone and touchdown for 52, Paramini. So there goes your shutout, but Brattleboro will win the war. So 8 yards from Brown to Paramini with 47 seconds left in the game. Well, you got to go home and say that I scored a touchdown in that game, and no doubt Mrs. Paramini makes a mean marinara sauce. If not, she can come to our house. All right, they'll go for the 2-point kick. And remember, in Pop Warner ball, if you kick it, it's a 2-pointer. And the kick by 31, Kolzik is blocked.
Extra point attempt is no good.
21-6 our score, Brattleboro on top. 47 seconds away from Brattleboro going home with a championship season in the Central Mass Pop Warner Division II North. How about that? What's that? North and South? That would be nice. Now, some of those South teams are pretty big. I mean, there was a game that Brattleboro played, oh gosh, the only other turf field Brattleboro played on, Grafton. That was a tough ball game. We lost that one 20-0. And the Grafton coach said, you know, we've been winning by about 30 points a game elsewhere. You guys played good. Well, you know, that didn't make us feel any better, but so be it. There are some very, very big boys who are 11 and 12 years old. And while we have a fairly good team by all indications, there are bigger. There are always going to be bigger players no matter where you go. So Brattleboro will get set to receive. Martinez and LaSure back deep at their own 30.
North County, number 85.
85 is set to kick. There's no 85 on their roster. Oh, it's Keogh. And they'll scrib it. Don't touch it. It didn't go the necessary 10 yards, but if you touch it.
So it'll be North County ball.
Yeah, there it is, North County ball, since a general had tried to touch the ball and then it bounced off and went back to the North County Panthers. So they'll get it after a 6-yard kickoff. They're at their own 46, first and 10.
45 seconds left.
45 seconds left in your game. See what they can do to light it up through the air, because that seems to be their style when things go bad. Check for Piramini or maybe even Keogh to be wide. All right, looks like number 28, actually maybe 58. I believe it's 58. And they're back to pass. Pass is short. Valieri was the intended receiver. It'll be second down, but the clock stops with 40 seconds left. They'll bring it back to the 46. Brattleboro gets a timeout. Both Coach Mike Susasimo and defensive guru Glenn LaSure will talk them through what they need to be doing at this point. Incredible game for the Brattleboro Generals, just a historic year. And, you know, I hate to put thoughts in anybody's mind, but, you know, these kids deserve a ride around town next to fire trucks. I think if we get a hold of Chief Bukowski, we can make that happen. That would be a nice thing. And if this team keeps up with its core, the first of many as they get older. Not that we know people, but maybe we can make something like that happen. 40 seconds left. Our score 21-6, Generals on top. Panthers will come out of the timeout,
second and 10,
break the huddle,
County.
And they will bring a receiver wide. That'll be Keogh. Wide to the left. Backs are in the I formation. They have Brown run left. Brown is going to keep it and get knocked down at the 47, 48-yard line. But that keeps the time moving. Down under 30 seconds. Let's see what they're able to do. They're going to get that play running quickly. Back to their same formation they had before. And Brown will spike it to stop the clock with 13 seconds left. They may have time for one or two more plays. It is fourth down, so time for one more play. All the marbles in the schoolyard are right here. At least for this particular play. Brattleboro is confident they can go home and walk away with a win. But when you play 40 minutes of football, this last play counts just as much. Single wide to the right. I formation for your backs. And Brown will get knocked down. And Brattleboro will take over on downs with 9 seconds left.
I think it's going to be Brattleboro ball.
And this will be something that Brattleboro should be able to do. Take a knee on 3. Fantastic. Just so happy with the way the Generals have played this year. And yes, I am crying, so thank you. I cried when we broadcast the Colonel's championship baseball team, 2 championship softball games, and now a General Super Bowl championship.
And with that,
there it is.
Win the Division II
Brattleboro walk away. They jump up in the air and come off the field. The entire team gets set to hug each other at the 50-yard line. Generals win 21-6. We'll come back and wrap it up after this commercial break back at the station at AM 1450 ESPN Radio, The Ticket. What's that? Brattleboro gets ready to be presented the championship in Pop Warner Pee Wee, the Central Mass Division II champions, right there at the north goal. The entire team kneeling down in front of.
Okay, let us please. On behalf of the Central Mass Executive Board, I would like to first thank the parents for supporting us, letting your children play and cheer. Without you allowing us to do that, we wouldn't have a program. Second, I'd like to thank the coaches from all organizations for putting in the numerous hours. I know it's long. Sometimes you don't get thanks. You get a lot of other things, but not necessarily as much thanks. So I definitely appreciate that. And then finally, I would like to thank the kids for their dedication, the cheerleaders. It's a long season starting in August. There it is, almost Thanksgiving. So I want to give everyone a round of applause. It's always great to see these games because sometimes the teams play during the season and the results will change at the end of the season. And this was a very tight game until the very end. It was an outstanding game, and this is a great way to end the season. So for North County, I'd like to present you with the Central Mass Division II Pee Wee Donald Anderson 2011 Super Bowl finalist trophy. Came out in February with the rest of the Central Mass board, and we're helping Brattleboro board to get reorganized and reestablished. And in a short 2 years, you guys have certainly come a long way. So I want to congratulate your Pee Wee squad and present you with the Central Mass Division II Pee Wee Donald Anderson 2011 Super Bowl a couple words if you'd like to.
I'll defer to the head coach then.
Okay. Where's
Scotty?
Okay.
Interview. We were done years ago.
I don't want to try.
Go for a jump?
Yeah!
Congratulations, Brattleboro. You guys battled. Good game. Nice work. Nice work. To our team, you guys stuck with it. You battled the whole game.
First to North County, guys, I was preaching all week that this game was going to be really close, okay? I know you're a very good team. We got a few breaks here and there. There's about this much difference between us, okay? I'm proud of the way you guys played. I'm proud of the way we played. I'll tell you what, you got some weapons, so, good luck to you next year. Hope to see you next year in the finals or something as well. So, congratulations to you. Hey, it's a long journey, guys. From August 1st through November 19th. That's a long year. You put a lot of hours in. a lot of hours in the heat in August. Okay, played a lot of games, learned a lot of things, played hard, and I'm very, very proud of the way you ended this year. You left it all on the field, and I couldn't ask for anything more. So thank you for leaving your heart out there.
One, two, three, General!